you know, it still astounds me. I'm still fascinated that this combination of materials and metal and papers and aluminum and, you know, polypropylene film and all that kind of stuff can allow you to sit down and enjoy an evening of music. That astounds me. And I think it's still one of the things that kind of keeps you going. Here, this is a Sophia Series 2, by the way. The Sophia Series 3 is in the next room, and we didn't want to lug that out here and then lug it back in. But you'll see the physical differences between the two. They both have the same, what we call Sophia architecture, 3-way floor standing system, 10-inch woofer, 6.5-inch mid-range, 1-inch tweeter. And there's a limit to what we can do in terms of simplifying our product in order to reduce the final retail price, because we're unwilling to reduce the quality of the elements in the system. We don't, for example, use cheaper materials in the enclosure. The materials are exactly the same as we use in our most expensive Alexandria loudspeaker. The paint and the finishing work, it's exactly the same. The same craftsmen build both of those products. The drivers are from the same vendors. Sometimes they're simpler drivers, but they're from the same vendors. And the crossover components, the capacitors, the inductors, everything, the wires that we use, the solders that we use, I mean, everything that we use is the same quality. Where we reduce our costs is in the number of parts. It's through simplicity, not compromising quality. So I decided that to create a truly more affordable, full range, uncompromised system, it had to be able to be driven by affordable electronics. It does very little good to come out with a speaker that costs, let's say, $16,000, but you need $50,000 amplifiers to drive it. That makes no sense. If the customer has an iPod and that's their source, fine. That's their source. We want that customer to hear music out of that iPod like they have never experienced it before. Maybe they have a $150 receiver and they want to power this ultimate speaker system or ultimate system with that receiver. Fine. So the theory is, out of all of the elements of your system that you can buy in a box and take home, we would argue that the loudspeaker, more than the cables, more than the amplifier, more than the processors and things, makes more of a difference in the overall character of sound that you hear than anything else. We're not saying that the other things aren't important. They are important, but I just don't think there's any comparison between the importance of the loudspeaker versus the importance of the cables or the amplifier. And you think of the amount of energy that is then going to.
These are the Series 3. The proprietary mid-range driver, the tweeter from the Max.
Your money's gone and your junk is there.